Oh my God, it's finally happening. We're getting high quality real Ghostbusters action figures from Mondo Toys. We're going to talk about it today on this episode of Geek Dad Life. Okay, so Mondo said there would be big news out of C2E2, and it looks like that is true. Not only did they reveal that they're doing a Thundercats toy line, we'll talk about that more on Toy Geeks this Sunday, but they also had a little teaser slide showing this classic Real Ghostbusters promo art, which I'll show right here. This is a cell phone picture, so there's not much to see other than them teasing the fact that they're going to be doing Real Ghostbusters toys. Now, this is a big deal because I feel like we already have a good idea of what we could expect from their Real Ghostbusters toy line. Because one of their fantastic sculptors, Alex Brewer, already did fan art concepts back in late 2023. We had him on our Toy Geek show. We talked about it. He shared these high-res images for his concepts, and really they were so freaking amazing. They captured everything we would want out of a Real Ghostbusters, highly articulated, high sculpted action figure with all the paint apps, and it looks like it just jumps right out of the screen. And we have seen his amazing work in the Batman the Animated Series toy line from Mondo, as well as the X-Men the Animated Series toy line from Mondo, and much, much more. So we know he can pull this off. And not only do we have those real life sculpts and real life toys that we can buy, but we have these fan art concepts that he did back in, I think it was Halloween. He posted them on his Instagram profile. But they just look absolutely incredible. Now, again, all we got was that little teaser slide, so we don't know exactly what, the action figures that we'll get from their toy line. But if it's anything remotely close to this, and again, Alex, who made these renders, is a sculptor at Mondo. I would assume they have to at least be, somewhat on this level in terms of what we could expect from the action figures. Now, something of note I will say from these fan concepts versus what we'll get in final form from Mondo is I would guess anything that's Kenner related, they probably won't get to play with just because that's Hasbro's. I have no idea what the licensing deal is. I have no idea what scale these could be. All I know is that they had that little teaser slide. But if I had to guess, I would assume that Kenner-based or Hasbro-based concepts would probably not be included. So the little companion ghosts that look incredible, I wouldn't count on those. But I would assume they're going to use these renders that Alex did for these fan art as pretty much what their basis of what they should work on. And really, if it's, I don't know, they just do this, if they just make this in action figure form, it will be everything that a Real Ghostbusters fan has been hoping for since the original 80s and 90s toy line from Kenner. Because not only would we finally get cartoon accurate Real Ghostbusters action figures in representations of our hero characters that we know and love, we could actually finally get some of the great baddies from the Real Ghostbusters show, like Sam Hain, like Sandman, like the Boogeyman. There are so many characters that were introduced in the animated series that we never got in toy form, and this toy line could right that wrong and finally give us these action figures that we have wanted officially. There's been some unofficial releases throughout the years, but gosh, doing the flip side ghost. I mean, there's just so much you could tap into that has me so excited. One thing I will note though, Mondo so far has only done the 12-inch 1/6 scale for all of their toy releases. Now, I'm still going to buy these if it's that scale, but my hope, the last piece to this puzzle, it's just my opinion, would be them doing this in 6-inch scale. I have no idea if they can play in that sandbox, but if they could do these figures in the 6-inch scale and keep the sculpting and paint quality and articulation that they've had in their 12-inch scale figures, this could be a game changer for Mondo Toys because nobody has tapped into the Real Ghostbusters yet. And the fact that they have somehow pulled this off from a licensing perspective to finally give us Real Ghostbusters action figures at this scale and quality, whew, it just has me so elated, so over the moon. When Alex showed or shared these fan art concepts back in on Halloween of 2023, It's like, okay, it's cool, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up too much. But now my hopes are way up here because Mondo has teased that they're gonna do Real Ghostbusters. All that's left is, okay, what's the price? What scale is it going to be in, and how are they going to, deliver us these figures? I would assume we're going to get 12-inch because everything done so far is 12-inch, but can they get the 6-inch scale? And if they did 6-inch scale, then they could do vehicles. They could do the Ecto One. They could do a Firehouse playset. Go and heck, they could do maybe start doing 6-inch scale outside of Real Ghostbusters. But all of that is to say, this is so exciting because for us fans of Real Ghostbusters that have been waiting for so long to get accurate representation of these characters, when we've had great TMNT toys, great He-Man toys, great Transformers, great G.I. Joe, so many of the properties that we love from the 80s and 90s have had kind of their adult collector glow-ups. Finally, it looks like Real Ghostbusters is going to have its day, and I am over the moon. This is just my initial reactions. I assume I'm going to collect a lot more thoughts. I know our friends, all of our toy tuber friends, are going to be streaming about this. I'm probably jump on YHS at some point today. We're definitely going to be talking about this in more detail and more depth. I have more time to think about it on Toy Geeks this Sunday. So definitely hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss any of it. I'm going to cover all of this. This was at C2E2. So will they have all the reveals ready for San Diego Comic-Con? I would hope so, because oh man, if they had the figures ready to show at Comic-Con, whoo, ladies and gentlemen, it's really exciting. I've kind of been, I don't know, kind of not feeling it lately with the toy collecting. Not that I'll never give it up, but not as excited, not as enthused. We've gotten so many great things, but this now just opens up a whole new world for my toy collecting and my toy room. Got to figure that part out. But holy moly, let's just enjoy the moment. Mondo Toys are going to give us Real Ghostbusters action figures, and we know that they wouldn't be doing this if they didn't have their in-house amazing sculptor, Alex Brewer, to try and bring these fan art concepts to life. We know at least it's Real Ghostbusters. He did have these really cool concepts for, the Fright Features Egon. My guess is probably wouldn't be able to pull this off. I would assume that's probably like a Hasbro thing. They probably couldn't play in these waters, so I wouldn't get my hopes up for that. And then another, angle here that I don't think, I have no idea, but I would assume it's Real Ghostbusters only. And they probably can't play with Extreme Ghostbusters yet. But heck, if this toy line does well enough, no reason they can't tap into Extreme Ghostbusters. I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see. All it has like one teaser slide in a presentation at C2E2. And once Alex and Peter and Hector can talk about it more, you best believe we'll be covering it right here on this channel. So don't go anywhere. If you want to stay tuned to this news, we're going to be covering it in full on this channel. So make sure you hit subscribe and the bell so you don't miss it. That's it. That's all I got. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I hope you're as excited as I am. And let's just, for those, and there's so many of us, I know there are, that have been waiting for action figures of this level. Just let's revel in this moment because it's a really, really exciting day to be a Ghostbusters fan, especially a Real Ghostbusters fan. So until next time, hasta luego and goodbye.